You're listening to Indiana Originals Radio, leading local living.
I'm going back to Indiana now.
Welcome back to the first day on 93 WIBC. It is that time we bring in our friend Mel McMahon, who can be heard on every radio station in town at some point of the day. She's like an I Love Lucy episode, a rerun. You can catch it at any time, any part of the day, any day of the week. You'll hear Mel McMahon. And she's here because we like to talk to her about IndianaOriginals.com, IndianaOriginals.com. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. It's our 1-year anniversary.
Oh, yay. Congratulations.
Awesome.
We should have had a cake or...
Oh, that's fine. It's just radio.
Something.
Nobody would have been able to share it with us.
Something I should have picked up local from one of our favorite cakeries.
Taylor's Bakery is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Taylor's. Who can go wrong with Taylor's?
I've tried other cupcakes, and I can't find a better one.
I actually have a vanilla cupcake with white icing at home right now, left over from the weekend. I love them. Every time I'm at 60, I try to make a point to be near 62nd in Allisonville at some point in the day. Was it 65th or 62nd?
No, it's 62nd.
It is 62nd.
You're right.
I have to think. I just drive to it. I don't actually know where I'm at. But anyway, I try to have a little treat in the house at some point in the week.
Lance and I got our wedding cupcakes from Taylor's.
I bet they were so good.
And we received so many compliments. Cupcakes and the flowers.
Oh.
More compliments than anything else.
Well, that's a good lesson.
It is.
It's a good lesson to others that are preparing. Make sure you got a good dessert and you've got pretty flowers and people be happy.
And if you work locally, you'll probably get great customer service along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what Indiana Originals is, IndianaOriginals.com. Mel McMahon usually at this time brings us someone to talk to that's our neighbors that are entrepreneurs and small business folks. And we are with you today because we have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of stuff you want to talk about.
Yeah. A lot of people ask
you
me,
better not let me down. You better talk. I love your guests.
A lot of people ask what Indiana Originals is. And in a nutshell, Indiana Originals is a search engine for independent businesses owned and based in Indiana. So lots of people want to shop local. They want to buy local. They want to use local. But a lot of times identifying local is the tricky part.
Yeah.
Big companies can put a lot of marketing dollars into making their business seem local. Perfect example. There's a new diner that opened up on 82nd Street. I've had more people tell me that I need to go there to get them in Indiana Originals than any other restaurant that's opened in the last 90 days.
Okay.
The disappointment on their face when I tell them it's a chain out of Jacksonville, Florida, is so disheartening because they're in shock.
Are they in shock? What makes them think that it's local?
Well, their tag phrase is where the locals eat.
Okay.
They use placemats at the tables that local people, like local as in distance, can advertise on.
So you can
it gives it that local feel. There's local, pictures of Indianapolis, that kind of thing.
Which, you know what? Good for them.
Which is fantastic.
You've come in and you've made us feel. Made you feel a part of the neighborhood.
Best customer service I've had in a long time at that restaurant.
Yeah, because they're local people.
Wonderful food. It's a great restaurant. It just doesn't qualify for Indiana Originals. And that's okay.
Wasn't born and raised here.
No, and that's okay. Indiana Originals has nothing against big businesses or businesses from outside of the state. We're just trying to bring attention to the ones that are here, that are from Indiana, and that are directly impacting our community. And that kind of takes us into the numbers game, Terry. When you look at the local economic return of independent businesses versus chains put about 13.6% of their revenue back into the direct economy. Local businesses put about 48%.
Okay.
And that includes charitable giving, that includes taxes, that includes employment and labor. There's a lot of different numbers that go into that. But to simplify that, for every dollar that you spend locally, about $5 is put back into the direct economy. And that makes a big impact on our quality of life. That's affecting our school systems. That's affecting our infrastructure, sidewalks. It's affecting buses. It can be lots of different things. It can be our kids' baseball team.
Yeah.
And so the people that own businesses in Indiana are truly passionate about their community. And they want to give back to the community, and they want to build up the quality of life for their family that's living here too.
Yeah, and we want to be able to support you. I think more and more of us, we want to support you. We want to keep you here. We're as an East Sider, as a far East Sider, more in Hancock County, but certainly do a lot of business on the East Side. What's left? of the East Side. And I say that because we've just lost a grocery store. There used to be a local grocery store out on the East Side. I went to the clearance sale. It was so sad. But they've got those big stores, that offer those discount prices because they can, that are just doors away, that have moved in over the years, and slowly but surely those little guys can't survive.
It's really tough.
It is tough, and I hate that for what I'm seeing on that far east side of town, or that east side of town. It's been hard to watch the malls and things like that did have some local companies and local businesses. They're trying their hardest, even if it's the popcorn man. I'm trying to support the popcorn man with a few people left in the mall.
Exactly, he's at
Square.
Washington Square Mall.
Yeah.
And Terry, I grew up in Irvington.
Yeah,
the east side. Irvington's very different now than what it
Sure
was
is.
when I grew up.
Well, it's been saved.
But my very first job was a hostess at Dufour's.
Oh, yeah, one of those alongside my dad went to school with a Dufour family. Yeah.
I mean, it's just so close to my heart. I learned so much there. And that was really kind of my, first taste of the local restaurant business. My mom owned her own business growing up, so I got to see the ins and outs. And, we had a conversation the other day about financial statements. And she's like, make sure you look at your financial statement every month. You don't want to miss something. You want to make sure that you can stay profitable and move forward. And as an entrepreneur, it's really important to have those kinds of people on your team. And so there's two sides to Indiana Originals. There's the business to business side, where we introduce our members to each other. We try to get them to use each other's goods and services and keep as much of that money here in Indiana as possible. And then there's the B2C side, where we try to get our members in front of customers with a local preference. We do that in a lot of different ways. We do that by inviting entrepreneurs onto this segment here on 93 WIBC. We're on Indie Style the first Tuesday of every month on Wish TV 8. Fox 59 invites us on a lot of different times. We are part of events such as the Indie Urban Fleet, or even an event we're hosting coming up August 28th.
Oh, that's right around the corner. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a cool event. I mean, I was there for your first one, so I can only imagine. And it felt as local can be. You find unique things. I think that's where I learned about pickles, from the pickle
Indiana
company.
Pickle Company.
About the great pickles. And that's what I love. I love finding those little things that are so Indiana.
In April, we had our first Indiana Originals Expo and Marketplace. So we were hosted by the Biltwell Event Center, just southwest of Lucas Oil Stadium. And we had 50 Indiana businesses represented. We had Atlanta, Indiana there, Moores Hill, Indiana, Gas City, lots from right here in central Indiana, all represented. And it was amazing just to bring all these great businesses under one roof and show people that it's really easy to shop local if you know where to look. And the city of Lawrence has graciously invited us to have our Indiana Originals Expo and Marketplace at Fort Benjamin Harrison.
Cool spot.
So we'll be taking over Theater on the Fort and the Starrett Center. And so we will have those two buildings for our event. So those will be filled with great local vendors. We'll have food and wine, lots of different things you can buy, lots of different great Indiana businesses that you might not realize are Indiana family-owned businesses that are there. And again, it's just with an effort of bringing people to Lawrence, showing them what Lawrence has to offer. Lawrence has been doing a lot of rebuilding lately.
Very cool.
And showing that it is easy to support local. It really can be.
It's awesome. It's in a great spot. Looking forward to that. And again, you can keep up to date, and you could also jump on board. I'm sure there's still some room if you just become an Indiana Original to be a part of the market that will take place, right?
Yes, Indiana Originals members and Greater Lawrence Chamber members actually get a discount on vendor pricing.
Very cool.
IndianaOriginals.com has all that info, or you can always email me, mel@IndianaOriginals.com or mel@WIBC.com.
Okay. Well, we are really looking forward to that event, and we've got it on our neighbor calendar too. We like to come and bring our Relay Indiana tote bags and make sure everybody's got bags to carry all your goodies in that you'll find. But in the meantime, we always appreciate you, Mel. I love what you're doing. I think a lot of people do. I know when I'm out and about, people ask me how you're doing, and really love this venture that you're on, this journey on supporting Indiana and local products.
It's a lot of fun, and I love running into our listeners and them saying, I want to take a picture with my favorite Indiana Original. It's so sweet. It just reinforces that this local movement is really important to our listeners.
It is. IndianaOriginals.com, and Mel McMahon, certainly an Indiana Original. And it's good to see you. As always, we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Terry.
Thanks for listening to Indiana Originals Radio. Check us out at 93 WIBC Sunday mornings at 10:45.
I'm going back to Indiana.
And visit IndianaOriginals.com to find local businesses near you. Indiana Originals, leading local living.